Our fun. We could be a family again, Fergus. Strangled by a K. Put that on my tombstone. Okie pokey weirdos, Reverie Cosplay 98 at your service. Today, I am here to talk about Supernatural in my Rowena cosplay. Well, the best I could manage last minute. Honestly, I think it looks a little more like Endora from Bewitched. This will not be my normal content because I hope to make tutorials most often. I have my trusty iPad with my notes here. I will be reading my notes. Excuse me. My review for seasons 1 through 5 of Supernatural. Season 1. Dad's on a hunting trip and he hasn't been home in a while. Dun, dun, dun! Start of the game. Let's play through, shall we? The boys are following Dad's book. Having seen other seasons, this looks like Child's Play. It's so easy. Why do you need the book? First of all, they're cassette tapes. They're classic Sammy, and you'll learn to love them. Dean's most famous line that plenty of other characters end up saying over the years. Saving people, hunting things, the family business. And you start seeing more of this family aspect and tie into the whole show. On the Bloody Mary episode, with all those broken mirrors, he makes that joke about how long they're gonna have bad luck. A look into the future. Bad luck, all the time. That's what you get for breaking mirrors, guys. Then we have the episode where Sam's like, if we find the hook, and all I could think was, the hash slinging slasher. Once you start to think about how they say dad and mom, you can see who has what kind of relationship with each parent. The Scarecrow episode, I love this one, mostly because of Dean's line when he climbs up the ladder to the Scarecrow and goes, dude, I'll say it again, demons I get. People are crazy. When Sam is flirting, Dean has food in his hands or in his face. I know that's not my dad because he'd never say such nice things. It's a little painful. Then when Sam shoots Dad in the leg, instead of checking to make sure his father is okay after he shot him, he goes and checks on Dean, of course. Next, we meet this awesome psychic lady, played by Loretta Devine, and I was ecstatic. I love this actress. With Yellow Eyes, he's just a villain, but with Meg, you get a character. Another fun fact, Dean hates rats more than ghosts. He says, this isn't the first grave we've dug up. Still think I'm a catch? And by the end of season 1, we have Full Moon Rising playing. I was expecting to be terrified throughout the whole thing because so many of my friends said it was scary. But that show hadn't really gotten me to jump until that scene. I finished Supernatural season 10. And I know I'm late to the game with Supernatural, but I was also late to the game with getting Netflix, which meant that I was watching Supernatural in little bits and pieces at friends' houses until I finally got Netflix and I could binge watch. Season 2, Dean's dad tells him, I made you grow up too fast. No duh, Dad. The movie references throughout this show are amazing. So he can't work his mojo just by twitching his nose. First time I saw Joe, all I could think is that Bridget Mendler? No, it's not, but it's very, very similar. And Dean's like, who says I want to? I know the feeling, Dean. I'm tired, Sammy. We're all tired, Dean. Then there's this line from Dean where he's like, oh, angels? I don't think so. They don't exist. Dean, your boyfriend's gonna be an angel. And Bobby is the perfect surrogate father for the two boys. The Gilmore Girls reference. Dean being interrogated. Oh, so you think you're cute? I think I'm adorable. Season 2, we also see Sam get stabbed. And Dean is trying to console him, telling Sam and himself that Sam's going to be okay, even though he was just impaled. I almost cry every single time because I see me and my brother in them so much. They are 4 years apart, just like Sable and I are. And their relationship is very similar.
How'd you even get this down here? It's as big as you.
I shall take my leave. I bid you adieu.
Goodbye, Sable! They always go right back to being best buddies. And when the boys see Dad again towards the end of season 2, Sam smiles at Dad, and it's finally this understanding of their association and their relationship. On to season 3. Sam calls Dean twisted and broken after he comes back from hell. Every time he gets a kid dropped in his lap, he's like, oh yeah, sure, totally. But this shows how much of a good father Dean really could be if he wasn't a hunter. I lost my shoe. Aww. The Lucky Day episode. I'm Batman. Fudging. Love the fudging scene. Witches get way worse as the series continues. Dean dreams of having demon eyes, foretelling the future. Spoilers. The Groundhog's Day episode. This was another episode that got me to jump. Spoilers. Dean getting a safe dropped on his head. That nearly gave me a heart attack. Lilith. She is also from... same kid. Little scary. And then the Hellhounds come for Dean. I hated this scene with the Hellhounds tearing Dean apart. I just felt for him the whole time. It was freaking me out. Anybody else? Season 4. We get our introduction to Castiel. Once Sam gets the demon blood thing going on, he is a serious badass. He starts owning everything. But then it's ticking off Dean because Dean's like, you're a demon. I would shoot you if I didn't know you. I would kill you, but you're my brother, so I won't. This is also the season where Jared gets to meet his future wife. You have to watch the behind the scenes story on how Jared, who plays Sam, first talks to the actress who plays Ruby. It's adorable. Then Dean says, God doesn't want you doing this. God. I figured that out pretty quickly though. Immediately after we met Chuck, I was like, that's God. But the person writing the books would be God. He has to be God. He wrote all the books, duh. When we have our fraidy cat episode and Dean is afraid of everything, that cat squeal, right there, that scene, best thing ever. Then we get our villain, Alistair. I honestly just think he's the creepiest. The way I see this villain is he's very much like a Tim Curry villain, because if you compare their smiles, it's a Tim Curry villain without all the fun. It's just all of the creep factor. Dean's saying, I enjoyed it. He enjoyed torturing people, but he spent his life hunting. He was trained for that. He already knew how to do all of that. Makes sense. Then we get this little gem, that scene. The whistle makes me their god. Now Dean is God. That episode where Sam says, this is not natural. You had one job, Sam. One job. Next we meet Zachariah. I would like to compare his villainy to an evil Mike Wazowski. Think about it. If Mike never had Sully by his side and gained as much power as Zachariah has, yeah, evil Mike Wazowski. But these books put twists on twists on twists. Now we have fangirls of fangirls of fangirls of fangirls. It just keeps going. Dean's favorite songs are between Rambling On and Riverside Blues. John was all over the place. He could have another son. I serve heaven. I don't serve man. And I certainly don't serve you. He gets his younger self pestering him. He gets a whole bunch of other people in his head pestering him. Not fun times. But life doesn't turn out the way you thought it would when you were 14. Grow up. More girlfriend deaths to be expected in the future. And our season ends with Sam whimpering, Dean. So many seasons end with Sam calling for Dean somehow. Dean! In that season, we do get that gem of Eye of the Tiger and then the behind the scenes for Eye of the Tiger. I suggest you watch the behind the scenes for Eye of the Tiger. Funniest thing ever. Season 5. Sam admits to releasing Lucifer. Not a good idea. Oh yeah, you're sorry you started Armageddon? Cass trying to be an agent with the upside down badge. Again, Jared plays way too many characters. Dean continues to get his age bounced around. Sam laughing, saying it's like grumpy old men. Then they go to the Pineview Hotel with the Supernatural convention. Again, fangirls of fangirls of fangirls of fangirls. Becky, I just borrowed it from your pants. Lucifer standing on a dirt mound. It's a lot more menacing than you think. Lucifer just sat up and went, ow! His name's Castiel and he wears a trench coat. My brother's not evil, he was just high. True fans will understand the pudding! Cass, I don't understand that reference. I'd like to think it's because of my strength of character. Famine, you've got one deep, dark nothing there, Dean. Do you think you could maybe tell me from here? Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Do you want to hear about my nightmare, Dean? The night I burned? Call Michael down. Wink. Before Michael gets one piece of this sweet ass, he has to turn you into a piece of charcoal. Amazing insult from Zachariah. You are a maggot inside a worm's ass. Can I just point out that angel deaths are cool? Their bodies are left with these ashen wings around them. Makes for really awesome cosplays with the sidewalk chalk art. Season 5 is the first season we see Crowley come in and he's more of a character, but I still felt like he was kind of a subpar villain and I was hoping that they would do more with him, and they do. And he's now one of my favorite characters. When Lucifer returns with the super seriously beat up makeup, he really looks like Freddy Krueger and I am all for it. And Gabriel saying, you're damn right they're flawed, but at least they try. Then Sam is strong enough to break Lucifer's grip. Terrifying! Sam falls into the hole of death with Adam. Thank you. With these videos, I hope to do reviews, character analyses, and explain the character ships that I agree with and do not. But the character ships will be on my Patreon because some of it gets a little too steamy for YouTube.
Subscribe for more cosplay content. Comes Patreon, Pinterest, Instagram, thumbs.
And welcome to the madness.
My fandom will salt and burn your fandom. Not moose, but I love not moose.
Oh no! Oh no! My iPad isn't cooperating. Dean saying, I'm scared, Samily. Samily? Samily.